Oh.
Hello.
Hello.
Okay, this is good.
I can't find my glasses.
Oh, and I don't need you to record me. Hold on.
What, you need me to time you? Okay, I'm confused. What am I in here for?
I need you to time it.
Yeah, okay. And when I get to 6, sure,
Ty, you
6
don't need to
minutes.
record it now?
No.
Just record the audio or anything? Ty, do you need to record the audio?
No, he just needs to. Do you know how to start a stopwatch?
Yes.
You do?
Okay, he's ready to go.
I'm not ready.
Ready to pop here, honey. Ready to pop. Okay.
Okay, no one look.
No one look.
3,
Okay, hold on.
10,
Can I fake like
Stop laughing. Riley, I swear to God, I turn you guys down.
6,
Turn them all the way down.
5,
Okay.
4, 3, 2, 1, and go.
Okay, thank you guys for all coming today and listening to my speech about New York. My name is Ty, and I'll be talking about my trip this spring break to New York, planned by my mom and funded by my dad. And I'll be talking about my love of New York, which I think is the Western capital of Western civilization and the biggest city in the Western Hemisphere. And so the Empire. Wait, I'm not ready. This isn't good. I don't know what I'm trying to say. Wait.
Honey, you gotta go. Everybody's gotta
Okay, but they're laughing.
It doesn't
Turn
matter.
them down so they
It
can
doesn't
hear you.
matter.
Okay. Wait, hold on. I'm so scared.
Just
We'll
go.
start over again, but this is
Start
it.
it,
This
do
is the
it,
last
yeah.
time.
This is it. You just do it in one day.
Ready? Start
6
over.
minutes. It's just 6 minutes. Do it.
3, 2,
But you're not, don't look at them.
hey, 5.
Don't look at
4.
them.
If you mess up, this is all it. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Okay, thank you guys for all coming today. I'll be talking about my spring break trip to New York City, where I've wanted to go for my whole entire life because I'm an aspiring architecture student, and New York City has some of the best architecture in the Western Hemisphere. And I would just like to talk to you guys about today and how my trip to New York has affected my love for architecture, what I'd like to do in my life, and yeah, so New York City has some of the tallest skyscrapers in the world, which are huge accomplishments to architecture. One of those being the Empire State Building, and according to the website, which it was built in 1930 on March 17th, making it older than even my grandma, and it's still standing today, and it's proof how important architecture is to our society. And so going to New York, I wanted to learn more about architecture and discover why I like it so much and how New York's impact has been on it. And so I'll be talking about how New York City offers great excitement to a young architecture student who wishes to move to a large urban area later in their life to pursue their career and such. I'll be talking about how the family trip came about and what we did, my favorite places we visited, and the impact it's had on my future career and my plans in life. And so I picked this place as my destination for my graduation field trip because it could be, if not field trip, my graduation trip, because it has great architectural features and stuff, and it's just a place I've always been interested in seeing on TV, and it was just a nice place. I thought my family could all bond together for a family vacation since we'd never been there before. And so my mom, my dad, and my brother all went to the trip, and we went early on a Saturday morning to New York City, to Hartsfield-Jackson International Airport, where we went on a plane. It was my first plane ride ever, and I was too excited to be nervous on the plane, and so we went to LaGuardia International Airport, where we got off and we boarded a bus to go to our hotel in downtown Manhattan. And when we first got there, I was really hangry, so I wasn't excited to be there. But when we got there, after I'd eaten a little bit, I was happy, and I already knew it was going to be a really special trip. And so some of my favorite things I did while I was there was I visited the Empire State Building and we went to the very top observation deck, which is the coolest part about the whole trip to me because I was able to see the world from a whole new perspective, seeing all the buildings in the city, and being able to see how small we are compared to not just the city, but the world as a whole. And then my second favorite place we went to was Hudson Yards, which was where there was all the new architecture that had been developing in the city. My parents weren't really interested in it, but since it's New York's newest neighborhood, according to their website, I was really interested and wanted to see it, hearing from local New Yorkers and there who said it was one of the coolest places to visit. And it was really cool for me because I was able to step away from my family for the first time on the trip and was able to see the vessel, which is the huge sculpture in the area, and was able to see the sunset over the Hudson Bay by myself, which is really cool for me to show that maybe I could live there someday and I wouldn't be afraid since it's such a big city. I could be on my own and pursue my career in architecture there. And then I also liked going to Central Park, which was where, according to Central Park tours, NYC.com, Central Park is bigger than many countries in the world. And so that's really cool because how big it is for an urban space, how there's a lot of urban planning that goes into making Central Park big enough where it can meet everyone's expectations for the city and be a meeting place for the city, which is really cool and related to architecture and urban planning, which I'm studying. And then I also like going to Soho, where NYU is, and it inspired me to really work hard and maybe someday be able to transfer there or just be in that space where it's an environment where there's a lot of diversity, which I'm not used to in my everyday life. And then when reflecting back on my spring break trip, in retrospect, I love the trip so much and I plan to go back this summer with my boyfriend and maybe my mom and aunt again. And then someday I'd love to move there. I'd love to pursue a career in architecture, working for some of the top firms there. And I would also like to, after going on the trip, I've learned how much I like actually commercial architecture because before I only really was interested in residential architecture, but after seeing the trip, being interested in taking photos, and I realized I really am interested in commercial architecture and that I'd love to design skyscrapers some days. It'd be really cool to problem solve and figure out how to get buildings in small areas and how to build them efficiently and to go around the whole idea that everyone's so close together. And then, so yeah, thank you guys for listening.